leading by example. If this would have been 2 decades back, and if I would have been asked to give a talk on this, trust me, it would be for all the wrong reasons possible. But something happened between these 2 decades. From working in a multinational company to right now owning a multinational company. This transformational journey has been very, very eventful, and it has been with all the challenges, all the pluses and minuses that I had to endure day in, day out. When I'm standing in front of you today, talking about how to lead by example, how to be a transformational leader, how to become an effective entrepreneur, I would be sharing certain insights which would be very, very helpful for you going forward. When you start something, the results are either positive or negatives. People would judge you based on the outcome. What they really don't understand is the pain, is the effort, is the sacrifices that goes for it. When I'm standing here in front of you, talking about the achievements that I have achieved in my life, sharing my experience with which you are going to learn something and implement into your day-to-day lives, things are going to become a bit easier. Why do I say so? Because I have done all the grindings. I have been through those challenges. I would be sharing few points out here. Working from an early stage to this stage has been a great learning experience. When I say learning is not always very, very comfortable. It's very painful at times. So from an employee to an employer of few hundreds of $1 million company, hoping to become a unicorn very soon, I would share my journey and experiences with you. Whenever an entrepreneur starts his journey, he needs to first articulate a vision. While articulating the vision, he has to very, very clearly communicate, present a picture in such a form that your team members should be very much aligned to the vision, because it is they who are going to help you out in achieving the vision that you have envisaged. When the vision is there, start leading. Now, to be a leader, you need to learn a lot of things. I'm not going to talk to you about the big things that are there. Well, I only focus on, and what did help me a lot was the incremental development that I started learning every day. The mantra that I followed was start with the smallest, practice the easiest. Because yes, day-to-day life will teach you a lot of things. When you are running, when you're an entrepreneur, you will have to focus on the incremental developments. And this is where you should go ahead and increase your time spending on any given thing that you want to improve. Once you start focusing, every day small development will help you to learn a lot of things. At the end of the month, at the end of the year, things are going to multiply in great numbers. So small numbers, big result. Once you've started leading, the first and foremost part is try and explore the unexplored path. Go out, do something which is out of box. Look for new avenues, look for new innovations. And that's where our company, when we decided, we knew nothing about this technology, whether blockchain, AI, metaverse, these were strange words for us, but we decided to venture into it. So never ever hesitate in trying out something new. There would be cynics, there would be apprehensions, you yourself will have cold feet. Don't worry. If you really want to achieve in life, you will have to explore the unexplored path. The biggest thing, yes, I'm standing in front of you as a successful entrepreneur, but didn't I get failures? My first venture after my professional journey, which I started, was absolute disaster. I lost tons of money. Believe me, I lost everything what I had. But that did not deter me, because I was very keen to manage my failures. Because as a leader, if I can manage my failures, trust me, success is very, very sweet. And the learnings that you learn from the failures that you have been through is absolutely very, very, very effective. You're not going to forget that, because you learned the hard way out. Along with managing the failure, you have to have very, very transparent in your management skill. When you are an entrepreneur, when you are a leader, when you are a manager, when you are a CEO, you tend to pick up few favorites. You tend to start give them a special attention. Do not. Why? Because if you are transparent, if your management style is absolutely noble, you are going to get far more better result than backing your favorites. You have to always be in touch both within your team and within the industry that you belong to. It becomes very easy to lose track. There have been number of instances that companies have just evaporated because they were not in touch. They were not exactly well aware of what was happening. And the industry that I come from is changing very, very fast. Something which was very, very pertinent 2 weeks back might not be absolutely required today. So always be in touch where you want to go. If you want to really achieve something, be as less as formal as possible. The organization culture that you want to develop should be absolutely informal. Blow up bureaucracy, because you never know, an absolute junior member of your team might be having the best ideas. He might not be an IIT or IIM graduate or some from famous colleges around the world, but he might give you a solution which you would have never thought about. So be very open, be very eager to listen to everybody. Now, generally it happens that we tend to look at anything the way we want to look at it. We don't want to see the real picture. If you follow that principle, trust me, you are heading towards absolutely a wrong place. You have to face the reality. As an entrepreneur, when we have to take calls on which product to launch and which product to keep back, we might have invested. I can give an example. We started off, invested tons of money on a specific project, but we have to put that aside because the market scenario had changed. So you have to face the reality when you are there. As I said, we always look out for the opportunity. Any opportunity that comes across is not a threat. It might bring you the next big thing. When my last venture did not perform, I was absolutely clueless. I was down for a couple of days. Then I gathered myself and I said, no, this venture did not click. I'm sure there is something new waiting for me. So I saw that opportunity as something which was a great chance for me to build another big company that I thought about. Now, I always follow an example of leading by energizing each and every team members. Now, in order to do that, I have picked up a few things. For example, my always core principle has been, I always try to catch people that are doing the right thing. I'm not somebody who would go out and catch people doing the wrong thing. Instead, I encourage all my teammates to just find out, because there would be a chance that once or twice they might fail, but they will be doing 90% right job that they have been assigned to. So always I try to catch them doing the right thing and I praise them. Now, when it comes to praising somebody, always remember a golden principle. You should always praise your teammates in public. And of course, as a leader, there would be time when you will have to reprimand them. So always praise in private, praise in public, reprimand in private. That's what you should always keep in mind. Now, whenever you are running a big organization, there would be a number of challenges. Now, intellect is something that can be created. When I say that, just add 2 words. Once creativity is clubbed with audacity, it leads to mastery. So creativity with audacity will lead to mastery. That would in turn help you to fulfill your goal, to achieve your dream that you have thought about. You have to be somebody who manages very less. Don't have to get into everything. Now, as a corporate leader, as a manager, as a CEO, as a CXO, you tend to attend a lot of meetings. I have got a very golden principle. I speak the least in that particular meeting. I listen to everybody. It makes my job much easier. Two things. One, the teammate that you have, he feels important because he can voice his opinion out, and you never know the problem that you're discussing in that meeting. The solution is there with that guy. So be the last person to speak and speak as less as possible. That's the best thing that can happen to any team. And you always need to be ready to rewrite the agenda. Now, you have a goal. Now, the goal is not a very small, that only if whatever you have decided is going to work out. If going forward you see that you need to alter your plans, do not hesitate in rewriting your agenda, because that will help you to achieve your goals. Now, when it comes to goals, always make it a point that you have stretch goals. Another very important principle that I follow, that you can try out, for me, anything between 0 to 99, the result is 0. What I mean to say is, our life should be like that of a pilot. A pilot who flies day in, day out, thousands of hours. He is not allowed to make a mistake of even 1%. He needs to land at a specific angle, at a specific runway. He cannot say that I deviated for 1%. So we should have that principle. Your counting should start from 100, 100, 200, 120, 30, 40, 50. In this way, you can increase the productivity of your teammate multiple folds. There are number of boundaries within a company. There are companies within a companies. Just eliminate those boundaries. There are often interdepartmental clashes. A production department will not support the IT department. The sales department will not be working in tandem with the marketing department. Eliminates those. We have a very, very small core group which discusses each and every department, and each and every cross-department meetings happens regularly, so that the goal that we have, we should be able to achieve in a fantastic way. Now, as a leader, quality is always your job. Do not leave quality to somebody else, because it's your vision, it's your dream, it's your mission to fulfill that. To fulfill that, always. Another very golden principle, which is very, very close to my heart, I've always believed in hiring more competent people than I am. I always look out for people who are much more competent than me. Why? Because they would bring tons of value to the table. So always go out and hire people who are much more qualified. You need to always encourage them, keep them on the toes, always help them to achieve their goal. The goal alignment of your teammate with your company's goal is of paramount importance. If you really want to achieve something, make sure that each and every teammate, no matter whatever the count is, whether it's 10 or it's 10,000, it's your job to instill confidence on them. It's your most important role to ensure that they perform at the optimum level. Yes, as a leader, you might be putting in number of hours, much more than what your teammates are doing, but you need to ensure that they are absolutely working in the same speed which you are. Now, when it comes to speed, make sure that the culture of the organization is such that if a problem arises, the solution has to be sought immediately. Whether it's a customer related, whether it's the system related, whatever be the system, whatever be the problem, it has to be dealt with speed. At the same time, as I said, you should be well aware of your surroundings. The industry where you are, you need to keep a pace, or else you might lose a track out there. You are always on the toe. So just remember, change is the only thing that is constant in your life, at least in our industry. As I said, we are absolutely ready to change overnight. Generally, what happens to the leaders, if they have been working on a specific project for a very long time, they get attached to it. No, nothing is permanent, as it says. Please go out and be ready to be as flexible as possible. That's how you are going to perform well. And always remember, now there are certain unique qualities in everybody, every leader, every team member, every student, everybody who is there. You need to find out what are these unique capabilities. When it comes to leaders, the leaders need to do only three things. A, as I said, articulate your vision. Get the right kind of people to execute the vision that you have thought. Prepare a full-blown operating strategy for this. You have these three major roles, but you can also understand what is it that you need to develop going on. The most important thing is have fun in whatever you do. If I summarize the entire journey of the transformational life that I had over past 2 decades, I always maintain two things: happiness and hard work. If you combine these two, trust me, there is nothing which you can't achieve. From absolute zero to few $100 million of turnover, hoping to be a unicorn, you can do it much better than what I have achieved. Just follow these few principles. Anything between 0 to 99, the result is 0. Do not bother who gets the credit for the job done, because you have got a bigger goal and aspiration for fulfilling for yourself. So hard work plus your happiness is going to convert things, dreams into reality. Thank you. Thank you very much.